How should one think about the divine? How should God be worshipped? How should God be contemplated? What is God? Notes from Yoga Vasishtha. Meditation alone is true worship. Meditation allows one to experience God as pure intelligence and know that this pure intelligence is as radiant as 100,000 suns risen together. It is the light that illumines all lights. It is the light that illumines all light. The limitless space is the divine's throat. The firmament are God's feet. The directions are God's arms. The worlds are God's manifestations. God bears in its hands the entire universe. The universe is also hidden in God's heart. The different deities are the hairs on God's body. The cosmic potencies are the energies in God's body. Time is the gatekeeper. And God has infinite heads and eyes and ears and arms so that God can experience its formless self in infinite forms and phenomena. The divine touches all, the divine tastes all, the divine hears all, though the divine is beyond all thinking. God does everything at all times. God bestows whatever one thinks of or desires. God dwells in all. God is all. God alone is to be sought by all. Thus should one contemplate the divine. The divine is attained with least effort, not through waving of lamps, not through lighting of incense, not through offering of flowers or food or sandal paste, but through self-realization alone. This is the supreme meditation. This is the supreme worship, the continuous and unbroken awareness of the indwelling presence, the inner light or consciousness. While doing whatever one is doing, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving, sleeping, breathing, or talking, one should realize one's essential nature as pure consciousness. Thus does one attain liberation. You are the divine. I am the divine. The whole universe is divine. Whatever you're doing, realize this truth at all times. This Brahman, or the self alone, is the reality in all beings, even as clay is the real substance in thousands of different clay jars. Even as wind and its movement are not different, consciousness and its movement, which causes all these divine manifestations, are non-different. It is the seed of notion. It is the seed of notion falling on the soil of consciousness that gives rise to apparent diversity. One should contemplate the divine in the following manner. The divine is the light that illumines the stars and galaxies. The divine is the intelligence that eternally lies hidden in all material substances. The divine is the extrovert awareness that flows through the bodily avenues into the external world and creates the external world, projects the eternal world. The divine is the prana that flows in one's nose, lungs, and also in one's body. The divine transforms contacts of the senses into meaningful experiences. The divine rides the chariot of prana and apana. The divine is the secret in the cave of one's heart. The divine is the knower of the knowable and the doer of all actions, the experiencer of all experiences, the thinker of all thoughts. The divine is without parts, but all parts are within the divine. The divine dwells in the body, but is also omnipresent. The divine enjoys and is the witness of enjoyment. The divine is the intelligence in every movement, in every limb. The divine dwells in the prana, in the heart of the throat, in the heart, in the throat, in the middle of the palate, the middle of the eyebrows, and in the tip of the nose. The divine is the one who produces the internal sounds and brings into being the bird, the flight of the bird, which is known as mind. The divine is the reality in what is described as imagination, and it is also the witness of that imagination. The divine shines as pure consciousness. The divine is immediately seen everywhere, for the divine is the pure experiencing in all experiences, and apparently polarizes itself into both the subject and object of all experiences. Think these things, reflect on them, and allow revelation to come to you from the Yoga Vasishtha.